Welcome back to Pull to Eject. It's week 2 in the RV and week 6 of being out of the house. So, um, we made some improvements over the weekend. We now, you can tell that I have an external light. That is actually a key light that I've hooked up to a battery bank. But we now have carriage lights. We replaced the carriage battery. We replaced the carriage battery last Monday and ran around and tested all the electronics. The leveling system is currently exhibiting a fault, and neither of the pop outs are working. I knew about the pop outs. I suspected that the leveling system was also going to give us trouble. Mostly just in part to it being tied into the same, I believe it's a pneumatic system. I looked on both the pop outs. I did not see anything to indicate that it was a worm gear, or I didn't see an access port for a rack and pinion, and it definitely isn't a cable type, so the only thing that leaves is hydraulic to my limited knowledge. Now, that light that I demonstrated, I actually found a number of LED lights available on Amazon, and I ordered a 8-pack of those for about $50. So this next weekend we're going to be installing those, and I'll actually work on doing a better job of recording. As you can see, I got my key lights. I actually got my ring light as well. So recording is going to be a little bit easier. I also have my tripod. However, for my phone to record with the best camera in landscape, it won't fit in any of my phone mounts because it's a flippy dippy phone. It folds, and when I have a screen that I can see, which is tied to the best camera on the phone, it is basically a big old rectangle as opposed to, or it's a big old square as opposed to a rectangle. So we'll be working on figuring out a way to get this thing mounted so that I can record video. I have a plan. The case I'm using actually uses the same technology as the Apple MagSafe mount, so I just need to get a tripod threaded MagSafe mount, and I should be able to resolve that issue. I have I disassembled the line charger for the pig pen. I actually have the 100-watt solar panel running at 12 volts DC. Here in the camper, I have the charge controller for it, and I was hoping to get it tied into the actual carriage battery. However, all the tools I need for that arrived yesterday, and yesterday was my first day of work, so I had already left the house and parked in the overflow parking for my work, which has a lot of semis and RVs in it. So, yay. So, a lot of things to work on next week. setting up access to the solar, setting up the line controller, getting fuses and a breaker put in there so it doesn't overcharge or it doesn't pop it. Yeah, we got a lot to do, and I've got 2 more days until I get to go home, which will be this upcoming Monday. Well, is my first day off, so after work on Sunday, I'll hop in here. I'll batten down the hatches. I actually need to figure out a plan for battening down the hatches. Feels like so much shit flies open and rattles around when I'm driving this thing. So, but that's where we're at. And I'll try and keep you guys updated and have a wonderful weekend. Bye.